Hey everybody, I am out here in the woods. You can hear these cicadas really loud, and we got some greenery, and I thought it'd be nice to go for a walk while we still have all of this before it all goes away. So come with me and I'll share the story about You Must Be Spiritual. So here I am in the woods. I thought I'd share it with you in case you don't have woods where you are. You can kind of get an idea of what it looks like in Virginia in August. And I'll walk slow so that it doesn't look like Blair Witch, hopefully. So I'm in England, get off the plane, go to my first destination. There's a guy from the English Heritage Society, I think that's what it's called. It's the place that looks over and takes care of historic sites. And he's asking me questions about what brings me here, what sites do I want to see, that kind of thing. And we're in the middle of the question, and he says, "Oh, you must be one of those spiritual people." And if you can see my face, you could see, I'm thinking, what? And I'm thinking, what is that? What could he mean by that? What is a spiritual person? You look spiritual. And what he was talking about was things like, I said that I was interested in ghosts. I'm interested in energy healing, crystals, that kind of stuff. And while all of that is, I guess, alternative, I don't know. I grew up in a place where it wasn't alternative, so it's kind of hard for me to know what other people think of. But I guess for some people, that's just woo-woo stuff. But really, if you think about it, everything is spiritual, so that's certainly part of it. But that's not what makes a person spiritual. That might be like a gateway. If you didn't grow up in that, it might be a way that you express it. But that's just a teeny tiny part. And if you stop there, then I think your experience of spirituality is going to be rather superficial and eventually not very fulfilling. So one of the reasons why I'm out here, it is to share the woods with you, but it's also to get you to take a look around. This is life. This is what life looks like before and after, I suppose, technology and all of that. It's right here. It's the air around you, the sun up above, shining through the trees there. It is things you do when you get up in the morning. Do you make your bed? What do you eat? How do you work? How do you make your money? What are your values? It's in all of that stuff. So when you hear us talking about stuff on the Pan channel that's like maybe not looking all that spiritual, that's the reason why. Oh, I'm stuck. It's because everything is spiritual. It's not just these things like the tarot cards and the talking to the dead and those kinds of things. So I wouldn't put all your eggs in that basket. Now, you might want to spend some time investigating that, and maybe that's your place of comfort and interest. Maybe you've had a near-death experience and that brought you to questioning, or maybe somebody died and that was what got you looking at spirit. But your body is just as important to your existence because that's where you live. It's the physicality, it's the earth element, it's the you-ness, it's the sensuality, it's all the things that you can see, hear, taste, touch, smell that make you alive as a human being right now. So don't ignore that. It's part of you. The way that you think, that mental piece, that's part of spirituality too. So when these things got separated, the mind, body, and spirit got separated, I believe, so the story that I heard and the one that I believe is that it happened because of medicine. If God was the supreme being, then God was in charge of whether or not you lived or died. And so there was no need for medicine. All you had to do was pray and trust. but you know, people wanted to use herbs, they wanted medicine, and the only way that they could do that and have it work within the reality paradigm was to separate it. So one of the things that I see that gets in the way of people having a really deep and meaningful spiritual life is that they continue to separate it. And I know that is a huge divide to cross because we kind of do it automatically. It's ingrained in society. That's the way that we communicate. That's the way that we live. So when I start talking about, or not just me, but anybody starts talking about things that don't seem spiritual, you know, ask yourself, what's the other piece? How does this relate to my wholeness? How can I not separate? There's a gorgeous tree. How can I just be a part of this whole big thing? How do other people, other organisms fit into this thing? And then kind of give gratitude to it and see how you connect to that. So it does entertain me when people say, oh, you must be one of those spiritual people. But we all are. Whether it seems that way or not, we all are. So I hope that today in your work, in your play, in your diet, in your everything, your love, everything, that shows up for you. So I'd love to hear how it's working out for you. Feel free to leave me a comment, like, share, and subscribe. Of course, it does help our channel. And I'll see you on another pan video soon. Ciao!